Yes, people, welcome back to Cast Central, where we are going to be discussing all the Manchester United stuff lately. Yeah. And if you're a United fan, it's looking up right now. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah. And also, before we get into that, I think it's nice to address or a nice gesture anyway, or gesture. Yeah, all the Liverpool fans today, I suppose I apologize on the behalf of the absolute prick. You know, for the ones that that their nights, their days got ruined by an absolute lunatic who decided that I don't know that he just decided to do what he wanted to do. It's disgusting. So yeah, rivalries aside and all that stuff. Yeah, that's not what we need to be seeing on a day of certain other celebrations or in general. Period. You know, it's just it's a shame that someone decided to wake up one day and thought, you know what I'm gonna go and do? I'm gonna go be a prat. I'm gonna go and hurt people, and I'm gonna go spoil people's days. And to what lengths? Now, I hope he gets dealt with swiftly, and I'm glad it is the sort of person that it needs to be, because we already know what the media love to blow up in case it is someone of a certain demographic. So, on that notice, hopefully he rots in prison, mate, and he gets beaten the shit out of. Some say, oh, we don't condone violence. Well, on that guy, I condone it wholeheartedly. So hopefully beating the shit out of. Anyways, hopefully everyone's okay, and it's just minor injuries, and they can recover and go on and do what they need to do, and then go and enjoy themselves if they can. If not today, if tomorrow. I saw someone looks like they broke their neck, to be fair. So it's just like prayers to all those people there, or thoughts, however you wanna, how you wanna deal with it yourselves as well. But moving on, try to keep updated in case there is something different. In case it's just a shame, and it's just nasty. It kind of just brings down everyone's moods. To bring up my mood though, Amorim wants Mbeumo out, or I think that is how you say it. I double check. That's how you say his name. Mbeumo to Manchester United, and Delap, as it stands, it looks like edging towards Chelsea. Who knows? The key word there is edging. Might be a losing battle on that front. And I'm going to be honest with you, people. I'm not really mad if we lose out on Delap. I'm really not. I'll be honest. Great talent, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's at the right time to be leading a pressured Manchester United front line. And if we could, I'd rather get Mbeumo over the line first. Reason being is because I think there's going to be a lot of competition for him. So I feel like we should be looking towards getting him. And I know there's the whole Garnacho funds. We need a striker, but second on the list, everyone knows who I want. I want that man, Mateta. So yeah, it's just, I feel like it's a race against time with Mbeumo compared to, Mateta's got 1 year left on his deal. We'll talk about that, and it come from Chris Wheeler. And then obviously the final part is obviously Napoli are set for talks with Garnacho as well. The source really and truly is from the Times, but from then it's kind of obvious the way he left the club. But yeah, let's talk about it. Cunha's he's pretty much through the door. Love to see it. And Man United's trying to move as fast as the next club. A lot of clubs that are in the Club World Cup want, obviously players through the door before the window shuts, as they say. By the way, that don't run it like that, Lego. That looks absolutely racist. Just saying it, even though it's not. But yeah, with Cunha getting over the line, that's only one piece of the puzzle. We spoke about it last night. We got to Here We Go. We know what he's about. And, I think he had like 16, 17 goals this season in something like 38 appearances, all around the board. Obviously, cup competitions, I think Wolves might have got knocked out quite early. He had a red card. It was never going to progress that far, but he had a few assists to his name, I think about 6. That's nice to add to the roster, but United need to add more. And whether it's people thinking it's PR, they're just throwing stuff out there to keep Man United fans engaged or a little bit more happy than obviously what we've experienced in the past week or so, of 15 goals and 6. I think that's in the Prem alone, right? But bar that, is how do you add on top of that? And I remember being reluctant before for wanting Mbeumo. Reason again is because I was always worried about if he can play in that right 10 space, but something United will lack, especially when Garnacho leaves. As much as I don't like the guy, he is quite direct. He is quite direct. So we need to replace that with someone that is quite direct. And when you kind of look at Mbeumo's positioning on the pitch for Brentford, it's not really a touchline winger. Their right back does that a lot more than pretty much the winger itself. You see the positions that he does occupy is quite close to Visser. That's why they call him Hobbs and Shaw, right? The partnership that's up front. What he can provide to United, he's what? He had 20 Premier League goals this season. I think he takes penalties as well, to be fair, if I'm correct. So if you want to take that away, he's still got quite a lot on his roster. And obviously he's got tools that we just don't have at the moment. Now, the idea of Mbeumo sounds amazing on paper, but there's one little concern that I don't think anyone's kind of looked into as of yet. We're trying to build a bare 11 hooks. Yeah, you know what? Hooks, whatever in it. I hear it. It's a nice little... I guarantee that attack slaps you up. Anyways, a bit like how this shit attack got past you in the flipping FA Cup and how you pretty much struggled to beat us in all the other games that you've played against us. On that notice, hold that, Arsenal fans. Big up everyone that's in the building. Make sure you smash the likes as well. Like to viewer ratio. I don't really go live at this time. I was going to go live with a panel. Didn't bother. I just thought, I'm just going to get it done by myself. And starting tomorrow as well, I'm going to be going live in the mornings. So what, 10:30-ish every morning pretty much I'm going to be live, and then pretty much again I'm going to start dropping videos. There's a lot of things in the works, so it's that time. It's literally that time for me anyways. Bar that is the only concern I have with the Mbeumo stuff. I see, what did you say as well? Being too direct sometimes is our issue, as he's quite predictable and easy to defend against. I don't think he's easy to defend against. I think you have better quality players around him and he's got to thrive. Is the AFCON thing. And it couldn't have come at a worse time. And obviously I'm hoping that I'm gonna go there myself to watch AFCON live in December in Morocco. But when you're trying to build a bare 11, and I'm not against this signing whatsoever. I'm beggars can't be choosers at this point. When they're getting quoted about 50 million, could be probably a little bit more, 55, 50, 60 million, right? For me, is AFCON. And the other player that we have that we love so much is Ahmad. And then the other player that we love so much is also on the right-hand side, is Mazraoui. And now when you think of Cameroon, who do quite well, you look at Morocco, who do quite well, and you look at Ivory Coast, I think they were just the recent winners, correct? And Ahmad's definitely going to go there. I'm thinking like, oh my God, we're going to lose our whole right-hand side in December for a good minimum 3 to 4 weeks, probably. 3 to 4 weeks, losing our players to AFCON. Now, I don't fancy thinking about a squad at Manchester. We've seen it even today where Amorim's come out and, quotes about Amorim wanting to, and Manchester United, that they want to trim this 31 or 32-man squad down to something like 22 players, because obviously we don't need that big of a squad going into next season. Yeah. AFCON is going to kill us if we do go with this. That's exactly why I'm going to have to say it, but I don't want a Nori for that exact reason anymore. And we already see Man City going in for him. There's apparently he's quite advanced. I'm not too sure. I haven't exactly read up the whole article, but I'm pretty sure it's from someone like Jack Gorn, who's quite reliable for the Man City part. Yeah. But my thing is, it's like, then we have Diego on the right, Bruno in the right 10. Who's Diego? Diego who? We don't know anything about this Diego Leon guy. We have no idea. We don't know how he's going to adapt. We don't know if he needs a period of time. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I'd rather not get a Nori for them said reasons. I think losing 3 players, maybe 4 to AFCON is tops. Look at what he done with Liverpool when they lost Mane to Senegal, and then obviously Egypt with Salah. Obviously there's a time period where you got to get through that. But if you want an a Nori, that means you're going to lose 2 of your main wing backs, aka a Nori, and then obviously Ahmad, if it is to go to plan, right? Don't you dare say Delap. In my presence, don't you dare say Delap. Anyways, on top of that, and then you're losing one of your most effective, front 3 if it is to land. That's why it's like United's got to plan this correct. It's not, of course, it's not It's not a thing. I don't believe we're even on for Nori, but I see a lot of shouts, and don't get me wrong, we want quality. Yesterday, I think we got a glimpse of Patrick Dorgu and what he can do. I think I'm kind of learning what kind of game he has to offer with obviously Man United as well. And if you notice with Dorgu, he's not exactly one to take on a player, right? And I think we've seen that. We saw it yesterday. Don't get me wrong, against Matty Cash, he bullied him. But he likes to drive with the ball and do quick 1-2s. I think he'd thrive with Cunha a little bit more than less with that as well. You see the way he linked up with Mount yesterday as well. I thought that was quite impressive. When Kobe came on the pitch as well, he even flipped to the other side in some instances. I quite like Dorgu's performance because, don't get me wrong, no one's giving him a chance to breathe. He looks like a definite link-up player. And he's only been here for, 3-4 months. And I'm kind of getting tired of Manchester United fans. I'm muting a lot of people that I follow on Twitter because I feel like they chat out their absolute arse and they don't really give anyone a chance to breathe, especially when they're a part of a crap setup. Now, you already add, let's say, an Mbeumo. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go through some of your comments, obviously, as I always do. But this is just my little star in this, right? You know, you add a bit of flavor to that attack, and then instantaneously, I feel like, obviously, with a striker that's capable, I feel like you see much better a much better outlet from someone like Dorgu, in for instance. But you add in Mbeumo to this attack, and that's if we can prize him away from someone like Newcastle who are hot in his tail. I haven't really seen anyone else. I see Arsenal had off links as well. So let me know if there's any other. Oh yeah, Tottenham want him. Yeah, Tottenham. Love. Anyways, I don't care if they want him. But for me, you add that, and then all of a sudden, there's a new dynamic that we haven't witnessed at Manchester United in a long time. Still, how quick can we get rid of players? That is probably the next key thing. Big up Dom, by the way, for the raid. Love to see that. I'm going to talk about Delap. And I'll big up all the Chelsea fans as well, man. It's Mbeumo. It's not Mbeumo, it's Mbeumo. It is Mbeumo. I promise you, go online right now, go to an interview, go look at the commentators. No one calls him Mbeumo, it's Mbeumo. Even I got that wrong. So if you're going to say someone's name correctly, like I'd like to try at least and be respectful, then for me, you're going to call him by his name properly. It's Mbeumo. Get your questions in as well. I'm surprised someone like Chelsea's not in for him because I think he'd be fantastic under Maresca. So I'm going to add the Chelsea flavor into it. I know you got Esteval and I know you got Palmer and whatnot, but I feel like now that Jadon Sancho is going to be gone and, Neto can do a bit of everything, I thought, oh, this looks like someone that could go to Chelsea and maybe change a lot of things a little bit more direct. Because you know what? One thing I think he's underrated with. Something I find he's underrated with is he's actually a little bit of his ability to pick out players at the back post. His crossing is very underrated, and he's got a decent pass. His link-up play, again, that doesn't go unnoticed. Everyone notices that, and obviously he's got a lethal shot on him. But sometimes you got to look at a winger that's a little bit more all-rounded, and you got to love their performances. But one thing I have seen someone did say is, I actually have to change my mind on this. He is that small little part predictable. Like I've seen Mbeumo, even against Man United, I've seen him get shut out quite easily. When he's not involved in the game, he really isn't involved in the game because Brentford have got a lot of quality in and around their teams. So it's not really much excuse for why he can't get involved. But I've seen it a little bit more than less. And a lot of wingers in this league are quite inconsistent. We've seen it all year pretty much from all wingers. They might get consistent GA, but we're talking about performances on the pitch. I've got this odd feeling that United are trying to move now because we already know that the lap's not going to happen. So might as well move on to the next target. I feel like Man United know that the lap won't happen, so you're going to have to go straight up in the race. Why would we be straight into inquiries and obviously trying to get into some internal negotiations already when we don't have anyone out the door? If you don't have anyone out the door, then obviously right now it's pretty much it's pretty much empty funds. You can agree something, but it's empty funds and you're waiting, and a lot of players probably want to get settled into a pre-season. I've got this odd feeling there's another player in this and we're not going to like our next update with Mbeumo. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot to offer at Newcastle right now. It's an exciting project. United's just at base level 1 reset all over again. And they definitely need someone on that right-hand side. And I see that they're linked with Joan Garcia and a couple other players, but I feel like that's their main priority as well. Hopefully, you lot can give them Madueke. Honestly, I really need you lot to give them Madueke. So, boy, hopefully they chase that one up. We are still Manchester United at the end of the day, so we'll see what goes on there. But I need goals in this team. We owe the Premier League so many goals. I don't even know. How many goals did we score? Let me check this Premier League table. Not now. I want to look at it. We scored 44 goals in 38 games last season. Can you deep that? I don't even know how much that makes up out of Xerxes, Ahmad. I don't even know if you really want to add Bruno Fernandes, but if you're talking like our attack, I don't think Højlund got more than 3. I don't think Xerxes got more than 3 Premier League goals. I think Ahmad got quite a handful. That was a big bulk of all of that. And he looking like he's going to go wing back. And then, you look at someone like Mason Mount. I think he got 1. Was it 1? And that was against Brentford. Mainu, did he even score against anyone? I'm not even joking. We need a transformation more than ever. United better pull out everything they can out the bag to get this one in the door. Now, if Cherky's available, again, I love to say, if Cherky's available, I'd be all over him. Trust me, big pause, by the way. But you know what I'm talking. I'm getting tired of pausing, but it's quite funny. But I'd be that would be my number 1. But I'm not saying no to Mbeumo. Reason being is because he's Premier League proven. If you go look at previous quotes, Jim Ratcliffe, in certain interviews, you look at Jason Wilcox kind of targets. They're always talking about Premier League proven players. I don't think United are. I think United are scared to go out there and go to other leagues at the moment and want players from other leagues because we haven't done this Premier League proven quality of player in so long. No lie. It's quite obvious why we keep failing. We bring in a couple players from another league, couple seasons ago and so forth, and we have to keep waiting for them to adapt to a piece of junk and garbage, and hence why we have one good season every other season, and it's always to do with low block. Nasty work. So I can see why the top officials at United don't want to go for your Cherkies or have them as number 1s, because it's too much of a risk. You add, Cunha, and then you're adding Mbeumo. I'm not being funny, and maybe Delap, and I don't know if we're going to get him. And I don't even know if he's Chelsea's number 1 either. Chelsea fans can let me know, because I see, obviously saying you're edging the race, but it seemed more like opinion piece rather than actual information. But I'm not going to deny it. News is news. And if that's the case, I don't blame him for wanting to go to Chelsea. Maresca's got a great relationship with the guy. There's a bunch of ex-academy teammates as well. But then United need to really add 44, really and truly next season. If you think you're going to go and get the top 4, 5 comfortably, you need to be scoring 70 goals plus. This season, I think is a little bit of a blip. I think you can get away with it. This season, scoring 68, 64, and 69 goals in Arsenal was enough to get you through the door. I don't know if we can trust our defense like that. So adding that kind of flavor of 3 players of a brand new attack, that's amazing. But at the same time, what's supplying them from the obviously behind them? I would have no qualms if, obviously Ahmad's there supplying, doing what he does best. Dorgu, I'm pretty sure, is going to get a lot better, adapting, and then obviously whatever other pieces. But at the same time, what happens when we get hit in transition? Are we capable enough of stopping all those attacks? Because Chelsea got used to it. You got to big up with Chelsea, right? And something they've done well, and you can see it in their form in the last 10 games. A lot of Chelsea's games, they stopped a lot of transitional attacks. And really and truly, what they conceded was more bozo moments more than other teams just pulling them apart. You got to probably credit Maresca and the way they set up. Cole will come alive. Tossins come in clutch. And then you look at other teams as well in and around. The thing that Newcastle kind of failed to do. One game, they're really good at blocking stuff. But then at the same time, they're getting pulled apart bit by bit because they're lacking Botmans of the world. I don't know if we've got the defense to do that. We're waiting for Heaven to become the product that we wish for, and Yoro as well. Mazraoui's great, don't get me wrong. We love him, but it's always going to come down to that middle centre-back. Is the Ligt going to stay fit? Can he adapt to that role a little bit more? Or is the manager going to do that favoritism thing where he loves Maguire? Because I can't stand him. I can't do with Maguire. Don't even... Another day, we'll rant another day. We'll do that anyways. Smash the likes. Get your comments in as well. Let me just write this in here so you lot don't forget. Some of you might be on your TVs. Don't mean you can't smash the likes. Just do that. Anyways, what you lot saying? Big up if you're in the building. 160 in the house. About 14 of the goals we conceded were fully on a Nana. Aye, Nottingham Forest. There was a couple. You know what, Yash? That's probably not even a bad guess. You're probably correct. Caicedo shows Chelsea defense. That's an out. Yeah, he does a lot of work, to be fair. Cass, do you think Mbeumo can play in a team that dominates possession? Well, yeah. I mean, if you go look at Thomas Frank's side this season, they had quite a lot of possession. It was a complete switch up. No wonder why he got like 20 goals. No wonder why Damsgaard got the assists and the amount that he has this season. And also Vissa, who was injured at the start. You got to remember, they had to adapt because I think, is his name Igor or something like that? I don't know. They got that. I think he's some Brazilian or Portuguese striker, I believe. The Ivan Toney replacement. I'm pretty sure. And then he got injured straight away. He got like an ACL and then they've adapted without him. What else you lot saying? I'm happy we are losing out on Delap. I don't rate him that much. I think we should look into the Samuel as a striker option. Oh my God. Hell no. No, hell no. Now, you could have said, no. I have to disagree with you on that one. But if you like him, you like him. Man United really want to sign Bryan and Mbeumo, but the answer is delay, or do you mean Delap? United are going to let another club take from us, believe. Not too sure. We can see the 54 goals. It could be more. To be fair, it could be a lot less, though. If it wasn't for Onana, when you deep what you just said, Onana, if he's at fault for 14 of those goals, and you look at the defense that we employ as well, I mean, the midfield that we employ, you know, that could be trimmed down quite a lot. That's why I'm not too fussed about the defense as much as the next man. It just depends if we go higher or lower in terms of obviously dropping a line or making it a lot higher. Because he said he wants aggressive centre backs. He ain't going to get that with Harry Maguire. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, moving on for that Delap stuff. See, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at losing out to him. And I don't think Chelsea fans would be mad at losing out on him either. You know, as much as I like Delap, right? No shit. No, I'm on my stuff. No, yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah, no, I addressed it. I saw it. To be fair, he's a prick. He's getting dragged out the car. Oh, what? Before he done all that madness?
Yeah. The guy was basically in an area he shouldn't have been, and people go, "What are you doing?" And start hitting his car. That's what I thought, and he's fucking got panicked.
Don't know. Still shouldn't do what he did though. Anyways, the whole thing with Delap, if we miss out, I don't care. Is there Chelsea fans in here? Is there any Chelsea fans in here? Because I need to ask you lot, if you missed out on Delap, do you give a shit? I'm not. You know what it is? United. The thing Chelsea can afford, because it's their whole thing. They literally want an orphanage over there. Yeah, go let them have their orphanage. I don't think United can be focused on getting 22-year-old strikers in hope that they become what Andrew Graham just said in terms of the next Harry Kane. I don't want to hear that. Harry Kane is light years better than Delap. Light years better than him. He's got way more to his game. For me, if you want to lead a pressured line in a team that needs absolute guarantees, we must go all out for Mateta. Mateta for me is the answer. You know, if you can't go for 30 million, then go and get the 40 million striker instead. You know, it's within the budget, or it's the budget, the alleged budget. Go get Mateta. I've been consistent. Look, I think he's going to become a good striker. I think he's going to get you 15 goals per season. You put better players in and around him, I'm sure he's not going to do what he done at Ipswich. Look at his catalogue of goals. Good player, solid player. But United can't afford that. You know, you look at Chelsea, they're trying to wrap up the lap, right? But then also trying to wrap up someone like Ekatike, which again makes sense. He's someone that you want to bring in with a striker to compete with that striker. Whether that happens, he's the main number 9 there, might be the reason why he ends up rejecting them. I'm not so keen on it. And I know beggars can't be choosers in this world, but when there's someone when there's a lamppost, he's playing in a 3-4-3, he's got Majinks behind him in Eze, he's got literally a blistering outlet in what's it called, Ismaili Sarr, it kind of makes sense if you're going to get yourself an Mbeumo and a Cunha. Look what Cunha done and where he thrived in. He had a Nori, great, good link up, probably the best link up in terms of left backs in the league, yeah, because he's that techie. But then he had that lamppost Larson just to play 1-2s off of. I'm not saying Delap can't do that, but Mateta's way stronger. Way stronger. Way stronger. I think he's the man. I think he's in his prime years. He's 27 years of age. I think United should be focused on that. Would I take him, though? Yeah, I would. I would take Delap. Of course I would. Was Kane as good as Delap at his age, though? No, I hear it, but you could see even in Harry Kane's first season under Tottenham how special that guy was. You could see it. Come on, man. Because it works for one player does not mean it's going to work for another player. I think it's too much of a risk for Manchester United at this moment of time. And I don't think that's bad of me to even say. I don't think I'm off my head to say that. Will Mateta even want to come to you? See this comment here, yeah? Look, you might support Crystal Palace, so... You know, if you're hurt, your feelings are hurt, I couldn't give a toss. So what if he's got European football? Cunha's still coming to us, and we got no European football. At the end of the day, Crystal Palace are still Crystal Palace. You're going to play 1 year of European football, and that's going to be it, right? Let's be real. We are still a massive club. We have still got an ongoing project and an ongoing situation that might appeal. I'm not being funny. But there's levels to this in the world. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get your wages for one that he's going to require. I'm not saying Palace can't afford it, but we're talking about all the PSR stuff. We can give him what he needs, but obviously not an astronomical amount. But for me, there's levels to this. European football is not the be and end all of everything. Because if that's the case, why hasn't the Delap said no? Fuck off, United. I'm going to go and choose Chelsea for the sole reason that because you got European football. That's not the kind of players you want at the squad. I'll be real. Not for me. And I don't think not for you either. There's levels. I'm sorry. You know, the size of clubs make a big difference. You know, when you walk through the doors to Sellers Park, seeing that Sainsbury's, you're not wowed, are you? I know exactly where the training ground is because I used to train there myself. Yeah. I know exactly where it is. Yeah. It's not that glamorous. Great. Yeah. In New Beckenham. When you come through to the new updated version of Carrington, come on, man, it's a whole nother level. You know, when you go on the CV and you look back, you say, "Oh, I played for Manchester United, or I played for Crystal Palace, and I had one season of European football." Come on, man. Bottom line is, we are last choice for the strikers we want. I need to know what options D, E, and F are. Well, I don't think there is that many options. To be fair, I'm hearing that Cherky is the backup to Mbeumo. Who are you hearing that from? I'd like to know that. Let me go on Twitter. Because if you've seen that, then may Mbeumo fail. do you know what I mean? I'm from Norwood. Come on, cats. I big up, man. You know about New Beckenham? Or basically, you could even just say basically Sydenham. It's opposite the goals. What's it called? Copers Cope Road. Love. Across there is obviously Bromley's training ground that got bought out as well. I think did Millwall buy it? Did Millwall buy it? Did Palace end up acquiring it? I think Millwall bought it. I don't know Millwall training Downham. Let me see this. I ain't seen this. I'm seeing your mom's going to get a new deal. Okay, great. Amazing. Not that I care. Cherky's so cheap. Why can we not go for this guy, man? Honestly. I have no idea. I haven't seen it yet. I know that Cherky's definitely on the shortlist, but I don't know if he's going to be the backup option to Mbeumo. But right now, United need goals. Does Cherky screen got... This is the issue with United, right? And this is why, at the moment, Cherky might look like a bit of a luxury player, is because Cunha's going to get you goals. Whoever the striker is, who knows? Like, if you're going to end up getting Delap, this is what I mean. If you end up getting Delap, you're going to get a few goals, don't get me wrong. But it's like, on the other side, to delete that risk, is Cherky going to get you more than 10 goals in a season? Of course, he's very creative, and he's disgusting, right? This is why I would want Mateta instead if you're going to go get Cherky. So the reason being is like it's the risk factor. I don't think United can afford another season of risk, and if we do, we could kiss 12th place, 10th place, 9th place, something that absolutely stinks of shite. Cass, do you seriously believe? Well, if it's in a verbal agreement and it's been reported, then I suppose so. Vert's going to Liverpool means we must get Cherky, no excuses. I agree. Let's see who we can sell. You lots of slipping on likes of Samuel and Retegui. They are hidden gem. I'm tired of crap footballers though, EO. I don't mind Retegui, but I think he fails in the Prem. I've watched Atalanta quite a lot. Quite a bit, to be fair. He's good in the league that he's at. You know, he needs a lot of time and space to deliver what he needs to deliver in front of goal. Yeah, I'm not convinced by him, but I think he's definitely a cold finisher. You know, he's got that in his locker. Samuel Marodion, that guy's touch is as worse. It's just as bad as Hoyland's. I'm tired of rubbish footballers. Rubbish. Again, he probably do well under a team like Chelsea because they've got a possessive team. But until I visually see it under Manchester United's name that we can dominate possession, take the gains to other teams, then I would be more open to a number 9 that's not that good with his feet. Do you know what I mean? That's all that is. I'm not a massive fan of him. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Delap. He said this week, I guarantee we'll probably end up getting an update for tomorrow. But someone that is set for talks with Napoli, Garnacho. So they're going back in for him by the looks of it. And that's someone that needs to get gone as quick as possible. The sooner Garnacho leaves Manchester United, along with his brother and all of his other toxic family, yeah, the better it is for our financial situation due to pure profit. If we can get 45 million, even 45 million off of this scrub, yeah, we are eating. I hope and pray Manchester United accept it and run. Do you know what we can do with 45 million pure profit, let alone all the other scrubs that need to leave this club? Yeah, we already know he's going to leave. It's just the timing of when. I don't want to see Garnacho leaving in July. July is too long away. Like, July is pretty much what? 4 weeks and a little bit. And then before you know it, off the 5th week, you're back into Premier League football. I don't want to be seeing him leave towards the end of the window. Like, that's just crap. And whoever's upstairs, they don't get rid of him quick. They need to get sacked. Simple as that. Yeah. I don't know who handles negotiations. I don't know who the new guy is or whatever, but he needs to go. And he's the key. That man is the key. Chelsea, please, I'm begging, please let him be on your shortlist. I hope Maresca looks at him and says, you know what? You can take back Jadon Sancho. I don't have no qualms about Jadon Sancho coming. He'll just get sold to Dortmund or something for 20 million. He'll go to another team for 20 million. Don't care. Xabi Simons goes, Sancho in, lovely, whatever. Go to Leipzig. Don't give a toss. Yeah. See that one there, though, yeah? Please, I'm begging you. Do the right thing. You see a 20-year-old, looks like he's got the future of Ronaldo, according to all these peers that are around him and all these little donuts that's in his ear thinking he's something great. I hope he goes to your club. I'm begging you, do the right thing. You know, you got Champions League now, you got the money. Do the right thing. Yeah, hay fever's kicking in. Do you know what I mean? I'm sneezing because of the bullshit. All the bullshit. God damn, I'm gonna sneeze again. Yeah, this is great. It might go. Yeah, thank you. That's not embarrassing, is it? That's not embarrassing. Oh, what happens to Rashford if he comes back and doesn't get a move? Boy, that's on him, you know. He needs to lower his. I don't know. Wait, well, he's gonna get sent to. He's going to get sent to the gulag then, isn't it? There's nothing else. He's going to get sent to the gulag. But we need to definitely cash in on him. I don't see how no one cashes in on him. But we'll see. You know what? I don't really want to get onto Rashford, yeah, because I think he's been harshly treated for sure. I think the media and the fan base have done enough damage, right? But if he doesn't move this summer, and there's obviously going to be teams that are going to be all over wanting this guy, I don't know who, right? You can give me names. Sure, why not? But if he doesn't move, it just means he wants the bag. And you know what? That means you can kiss your World Cup ambitions goodbye. Because you do realize the World Cup's next year, right? 2026. Now, if you're going to stay around and not make that move, you better take your pay cut. We'll see what his ambitions like. Because if you can sit there, get your money, get whatever you want, then here we are. Here we are. Big up Jarvis, big up Cass. Appreciate the radio stew and I'm going live in a minute. Feel free to join us later. Yeah, I'm going to raid you literally after I finish this segment as well. So don't worry. Send me the link on Twitter and then, yeah, I'll be there. Keep that. Nah, Joey. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. You know, all right, cool. You lot know when it comes to Chelsea, you know, I rate Chelsea proper club for me, yeah. That, you know, proper winners club. You know, the end game of football for me is winning trophies. You know, if you're going to support a big team, trophies are everything. Yeah. Like if you're a bit of a smaller club, you have ambitions to win trophies. Look how Palace reacted. So don't give me this shit. It's like, oh, participating is what matters most, because that's all bollocks. Chelsea are a proper club. They win stuff. Yeah. So I love it. But what you did to my club, yeah, is nothing short of disgusting. Yeah. Nothing short of disgusting. That Mason Mount deal, yeah, sent me into the gulag. Into the gulag. And it all became down because Dr. Eggman decided to go to his house and say, you know, I'm going to give you number 7. So that's double whammy right there. Disgusting behavior. You lot owe me millions. And the fact that you basically said to Manchester United on top of that, 25 million Jadon Sancho. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, send them back. We got the Champions League. Send them back. We don't need it no more. That obligation, send them back. Nasty work, man. You lot are disgusting. But you know what? Gotta rate it. Gotta rate it. Because I wish that's the level of pettiness and smart behavior that my club could go through, but clearly not. Clearly not. I like the video, people. What are we on? Make sure you subscribe as well. We're 20 likes off 100. And also tomorrow we're going to be going live pretty much every single morning from Tuesday to Saturdays. I'm maybe Sundays. Yeah, pretty much in the mornings. Other than Friday, it'll be a little bit later because I'm with rants. So 11. Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to be getting 2 lives pretty much per day. I'm going to start working on some videos as well. I really want to get this channel popping. I want it to not just be, again, you know how I like to do things. You know, I want it not just to be me. I can talk here and talk shit all day and I can keep waffling. But at the end of the day, I like talking with the community. So it's much better than not doing so. Why does it say it's not even on subscriber mode? Oh, it is on subscriber mode. Like the fucking guys. Like the fucking video. That was probably the worst accent ever. Where is Tactical Devils? It's upcoming. So yeah, we're going to go raid. I'm going to go onto another channel. It's called Tactical Devils. You'll find a bit more of a analysis, a lot more context than what was provided over at Never a Foul on times. So hit the likes on the way out. Do follow me. It would be amazing. I still don't have an outro, but we'll be there soon. Just patience is a virtue. Maybe you know what, really and truly, I probably can get one done tomorrow.